So game 5 going down tonight. Mavericks and the Warriors. Do the Warriors close this thing out tonight?
I was joking about this earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and stand on it.
Uh-oh.
Mavs in 7, bro.
Oh, what?
Mavs in 7.
Oh, I gotta talk to the bosses. You know what, man? I'm telling you, I have to talk to the bosses. You might not be allowed to come back on this show. Are you kidding me? Mavs in 7.
Man, listen, bro. I know what Luka does in elimination games.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And
oh my God. Yeah, you are a victim. You are a victim because if I rewind the game tapes and let the fans and the listeners listen to the round before, you had no respect for Luka. He made you a reliever.
Nah, I think it's a mixture, bro. I think it's a mixture of being a little bit of a believer. I just can't stand Golden State. So I just wanted to get up out of here.
Man, my guy said Dallas in 7 after being down 3-0. Well, it started the other night. They're going to have to continue their, journey to what has never happened before. So we're going to have to see how this play out.
Realistically, they're probably going home, but,
right.
It's nice to dream. You know what I mean?
You better. You better, bro, because let me tell you something. You thought the 3-1 finals loss that Golden State did in 2016 was bad. If they blow this lead.
Oh, nah. Might have to blow the team up.
You're going to have to blow legacies up, man. You're going to have to blow legacies up. But let's on the real, let's flip the script, though. Let's talk about Steph Curry. Can Steph possibly, regain the crown and be the face of the NBA? If he's able to pull this whole thing off, what are we looking at Steph Curry at the end of the season if he's a champion again?
I never thought he left. People love Steph Curry. What are we talking about here? They may not wear his shoes, but they love Steph Curry. When the camera be panning to him, no matter where he's at on the court, he always does the theatrics. He just has a young, marketable face. You know what I mean? That's just what he is. Now, in our community, we kind of looked at him sideways when his wife was saying what she was saying,
right,
back in the day. But other than that, I don't think he's always been one of the faces, especially once he got those back-to-back MVPs, or even when he got the MVP unanimously. I think that already kind of put him in that face argument or that face grouping. You know what I mean? I don't think it ever left.
Well, I'm going to be honest. That face got slapped up a little bit since that year that he won that unanimous MVP. What was that, 2016?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that face done took a couple bumps and bruises, but, a lot of people don't consider Steph Curry as being the best player in the world when we have these conversations, especially in the last couple years. And when I'm looking at it this year, if he's able to pull this off.
I'll tell you what, if Steph Curry was 6'8" or 6'7", they would be no doubt be the best player. But it's because he's 6'3" and he jacks up a lot of shots, has to be hot. He has a system that fits his skill set.
True.
So it's a lot of things. He may not be the greatest defender, There's a lot of things you can nitpick with Steph Curry, but the one thing he does do is he gives hopes to a lot of these kids that may not be as tall, but they know that they can, be as skilled as him through hard work like he did.
Steph changed the game. There's no doubt about that. And he's never had an NBA Finals MVP. So if he's able to win the championship this year, I think it's important that he does also play well enough to get the MVP, hopefully.
He better get Jordan Poole up out of here then, because Jordan Poole, he creeping right up on him.
No, them guys play good. Them guys, he got some young guys play good, but I don't see Jordan Poole being no Finals MVP. I mean, anything can happen. I guess Iguodala was the MVP in the Finals before, so I get it. Probably this is one of the topics you probably shook your head at, but I'm actually saw the reports about a possible trade offer with the Lakers and the Nets sending Kyrie to rejoin LeBron James and Russell Westbrook to rejoin Kevin Durant.
They are putting
KD, I think, will shut that down. I'm not quite sure about LeBron.
You too much stock into what they put too much stock into that interview, that I Am Athlete interview that Kyrie did. Because he was talking about, if he would rejoin LeBron and stuff like that. Because the LeBroneers, just like you, just always gotta have this. Oh, how can we get him some help?
But the only reason why, because we're seeing a lot of things falling in place. We're seeing the problems that LeBron and the Lakers are having as far as them needing help. We're seeing that Kyrie and Brooklyn are not getting along. Like, we're seeing all these different things that make you possibly come up with these innuendos and possible scenarios. But Kyrie has done this before, giving LeBron praise and not apologize, but just talked about his lack of maturity in Cleveland, and then turn right back around and shit on LeBron, while trying to praise Kevin Durant. But I still think LeBron would take him back. I just think Kevin Durant would just say absolutely not to Russell.
Why would he say that? Like, why would he take Russell back? He left. And then even with Kyrie, the only reason he even came to Brooklyn was because of Kyrie. Otherwise, he'd been Nick. So, I mean, come on, bro. You can't just be jumping off the ship, and you're the one that got me here. If all this, I could have stayed in Golden State. That's how you should look at it.
I got to talk to the bosses, man. I love this game a lot. I love the entertainment factor. I love the storylines, the stuff that we come up with and talk about, bro, on a day-to-day. If Kyrie got traded to the Lakers for Russell, if that was to happen, bro, you know how crazy next year would be?
I'd probably quit the show because you would not stop talking about LeBron.
Bro.
You'd be doing.
I would have to change my whole background. Would be, bro. I'm telling you.
You be doing the show by yourself.
Oh I ain't my God, bro.
And listen to about 3-4 times a week for us to talk about LeBron.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm gonna take the show to the streets. I'm going live stream straight to the streets. We're gonna do it for 30 minutes. I'm gonna debate people outside, and I'm telling you, bro, let them, because I'm telling you, that's gonna be the talk of the season.
There ain't no way in hell that happens. I don't think it happens.
So, what are the chances, D Money, that neither Kevin Durant or Kyrie finish the season off in Brooklyn next year? Do you think there's a chance neither one of them finish the year off in Brooklyn?
I feel like you're kind of obligated to see where it ends, bro. Because you have to go through a season at least healthy. That's one. Have to make it through a season healthy. Two, ever since the Kevin Durant has gotten there, they have not really been a full team. Like, it's only happened like maybe like on two hands amount of times for them to actually, be together as a full team. And that's the problem. It's always somebody hurt. It's always something going on, and I feel like you have to, you committed to doing this because of a goal. You at least have to get a quarter of that goal. And that's at least get to the playoffs somewhat with your whole team there, with a team there, so we can properly judge it without having these, these different things going on, because we never got to see Harden at full speed in the playoffs with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. We never got to see that. We never got to see those different things. So it's like, all right, well, I mean, it's just us two now, but we still have players here. You gotta see the end of the road. Otherwise, you just wasted 3 to 4 years.
But I think we're living in a fantasy world, because the reality is Brooklyn is refusing to max out an extension for Kyrie Irving. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely chances that Kyrie may walk. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm like you. You can't afford to give up an opportunity not to have Kyrie and Kevin Durant in your uniform. I understand the whole situation last year, but if you want to trade him because you're concerned about his availability, Fine. Think about that later down the line towards the All-Star break. But you can't get rid of him now because you really don't have enough in the game. And if you lose him, what does that say for Kevin Durant? Because according to reports, KD has not even spoken to the Nets organization since they got eliminated. So I don't know if he's falling back, trying to play this thing out, see what they're going to do with Kyrie. Or maybe KD is already engineering his own exit out of Brooklyn. But I'm saying, if they don't get rid of Steve Nash, and if Kyrie walks, James Harden has already walked. What does Kevin Durant, what is he left with?
Yeah, you might be right.
And history shows that he's going to take the best opportunity for his career. You see what he did in Golden State. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I think he learned from that opportunity that he did take with Golden State. Because he'll tell you, even when he got those championships, he just didn't feel gratified, you know? So it's just like, all right, well, for all this, you know what I'm saying? I think he just wants to take a break because this season was a real mental, downer.
He can't, though. He can't take no breaks. I ain't trying to hear that. And this is why I always said that KD does not match up to LeBron. This is the argument I've always been talking about. Because LeBron wasn't able to take no breaks. And if it wasn't for that journey in Golden State, Kevin Durant to this date wouldn't be a champion. So if you take those years away, he wouldn't even be a champion. And you talk about breaks, LeBron done went to 4 franchises, 3-4 franchises, took them all won championships with all of them. Kevin Durant been injured and out for a year and a half, due to injury. So he's had some time off. He don't need no more breaks. It's time to play and it's time to prove on your own.
Okay.
And it's not happening. It's not happening, bro.
I can't.
This is opening the door for Giannis being the best player of the world. And here come the Jason Tatums. And then when Kawhi comes back, it's going to be nasty next year, bro.
Yeah, I can't debate that. The only thing is I can say we're going to have to see. I don't see a scenario where Brooklyn just gets rid of Kyrie because you're never going to get equal value for him short of maybe Damian Lillard. That's like the only person that I can think of that you could possibly get equal value for. To me, Russ and Kyrie is not equal value. Even though Kyrie wasn't on the court, when he did hit the court, his numbers are crazy when he hit the court. So it's just like, okay, I gotta get somebody that can at least do half of what he can do. Problem is, ain't nobody in the league that can do that.
I still believe Russell Westbrook, when you look at the results, I still believe Russell Westbrook can put the ball in the basket just like Kyrie can. They're going to do it different ways. So if Russell is subject to having to play in this format with the Lakers, with LeBron and AD, that's slowing him up from running crazy full court, he's not going to look good. If Russell goes somewhere else that's non-relevant, like a Washington, a relevant team, he'll put up the same numbers as Kyrie, no doubt. Be sure to check out the rest of this episode and more at The Best of 7 on all your favorite listening platforms.